Now we're playing aggressive. This is how you push people. I know these guys are fighting over here. I see that guy in his one by, and I see somebody shooting at him. Make sure you know where all your opponents are. First of all, that's one thing that you want to do in situations. You see, I put that ramp in front of me, and I'm using my right side, like I said. Easy sniped there. I had that ramp in front of, not the ramp, but the wall in front of myself, and then I used that right side to my advantage. So I build those walls there immediately because I don't know what he's doing. Anytime you see somebody standing out in the open, you want to make sure that they're not sniping. And then there's the coke propeller push. You know, like I said, that coke propeller always catches people off guard. And you see I used the terrain to my advantage, all the hills and everything around me. I went ahead and made sure I was covered up with that. So here we go, coke propeller again, because I did land that snipe on that guy, so they weren't expecting me to be right there, and they weren't prepared for it. There's the quick builds, gave me high ground. I was able to one pump him, and then good positioning, like I said. No reason to be any higher than your opponent. You just want to make yourself in a good position to to land a shot.
Perfect.
What is up, everybody? It's Resourceful, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to build well, how to play very good under pressure, and how to play aggressively. So I recorded this footage last night. I have multiple different situations where I do get into certain situations purposely to show you guys, you know, different things you could do. We're going to be going over how to use the coke propeller as well in these situations, and basically just how to win certain gunfights and then just get yourself out of sticky situations. So firstly, I'm going to go ahead and get ourselves up to the first engagement here. Let me just go ahead and find that. One thing that's really crucial to a lot of these plays is always making sure that you do have a coke propeller. That is something I suggest everyone has, like even before making an ejection seat or anything like that. Always make sure you have a coke propeller. It's always necessary because not only can you stun people with it, which you guys will see me do in this video quite a lot, but it also helps you get out of situations if you need to, you know, get out of somewhere very quickly. So here I just basically laser these guys. You know what I do though, what you also notice in this video, is a lot of the times it's about positioning. So as you guys can see, when I was shooting at that guy, I didn't have anything built around me, but I did have that bush there to my right, and I knew the gate was behind me, and then there was a house back there as well. So I know I had a lot of cover around me, and I knew there were no people around that house there, so I knew I wasn't gonna get shot in the back. And then to my left there was also a bush. A lot of this stuff you just want to make sure in your surrounding area you do have cover and stuff like that. That's really important as well, to, you know, surviving longer, and then making sure that you don't get third party while you are playing aggressively. So my teammate gets knocked here to a napalm grenade. I start pushing this guy. I do see that there's an airstrike, and I know this guy's weak. I also see that he is damaged from my napalm, so I'm actually going to continue to rush this guy. I know he doesn't have much health left. I go ahead and throw some more napalms over there, and he has to go for that heal. I noticed that, and I go ahead and finish him, just for finishing my partner in that fashion. So let's go ahead and fast forward to the next. Okay, so yeah, here we go, guys. So basically, you know, I see the what happens here, right? So I'm gonna drop my ejection seat, get ready to go. You know, we're playing pretty aggressive this match. Okay, so we launch. I do see that the gunshot indicator there. Go ahead and look at these guys. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here. You guys can see some people in this situation might go and drop right next to them, right there on the pavement. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and keep far enough away from this so my parachute indicator does not show up on their screen, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take high ground here, and this is exactly how I get these eliminations. So if you're playing aggressively, make sure you're in a good position, especially if you're doing solo duos, solo squads, or anything like that. I was missing quite a bit of shots, but I was trying to go for the headshot there, and I seen that he wasn't building, so I went ahead and I continued firing at him, and I did land 2 headshots there. That took him out, and his partner didn't build, so those were easy eliminations there. Let's go ahead and find the next clip here. There's some footstep indicators. I do believe this is a bot though, but this is a pretty good example. What I did here was I just pretended he was a real player. As you can see, you always want to make sure your character is to the right side. So this, you know, that itself is not building, but when you're using your builds, that's really what it is. It's not about building a lot. You don't need to build crazy. It's your positioning when you are building. That's what makes building so effective. So as you can see, I peeked to the right for a second and fired that shot. So if that was a real player, that's exactly how you would do that. You just want to make sure when you do build that you use your builds effectively. There's no reason to have builds there if you're not using it properly in these gunfights. So always make sure that you're using your right side to your advantage, even if it's just a wall or a ramp. Like when you're pushing people, what you want to do, you place your ramp in front of you and you only peek to the right. You should never go to the left. I go to the left sometimes, but that's only when I know that the person that I'm fighting against is in a bad position and is not expecting me to show up to the left. But that's something I don't recommend doing, especially if you're, you know, watching this video and you're still learning how to play, because you know, jumping to the left is something that's a little bit more advanced, and you should already know exactly what your person, you know, your opponent is doing. So I'd recommend waiting until you do stuff like that. Just right now, play it safe and just try and stay to the right side. You should never try and peek to the left, because when you peek to the left, your opponent will be able to see you before you could see them. All right, so this is a bot too, but I do build here as well. Like I said, I was doing this purposely to give you guys examples of stuff. So, you know, we're gonna pretend this is a player. I build my ramp, and then as soon as I fire this shot, you see that immediately I place my builds. Okay. And you see I went around with the right side. I'm going to fire shots. Immediately after he goes down, I'm going to build stuff here. Okay, I'm building all around myself. And there's a guy who has high ground. You see I use that right side. I have the ramp above me and that wall in front of me. So if I do start taking damage, as you guys seen, I moved myself to the left. So like I said, building, it's not about building a lot. It's just about building effectively and using your builds with a purpose, if you guys know what I mean. That's the key to being a good builder and being a good player with your builds. So now here, this is very important. So I see this guy over here, and I know it's an easy shot, but you see one thing I notice a lot of people do, you see I see that one guy there, and I don't think there's anyone around me, but I don't know for sure. A lot of people, they would have just fired at this guy without building around them. As you can see here, I was firing, so I did this on purpose to show you guys this is not correct, because I'm standing fairly still. I am moving, but not enough to really put me out of someone's line of sight. So if there was someone by barn, which would be to my back left in this video, they'd easily be able to laser me, because that whole side of me is open and I'm just crouching in this one by. So this is not the right way to fight. You see how this whole thing's open here? That would be a terrible position for me if there was an enemy back there. So what I'm going to do is you build like that, and then what you can do as well, since I am going to peek to fire at that guy, I don't know if there's anyone to my, you know, my front right area, as you can see where I'm facing in this video. I'm going to place this wall right here. When I place this wall here, now the only people who could shoot me are people who are relatively in front of me. So if someone is going to fire me, I'm most likely going to be able to see them. So you guys see, this is the best way to peek shot when you're actually in this kind of situation. You put that wall there. Now everyone that can see me is also in my line of sight, so I can see them as well. So now I can safely shoot at that guy. As you guys see, my whole area is covered. All my blind spots are covered up. So this is how you build effectively. Okay. Now we're gonna move forward here, and you guys will get to see some more aggressive plays, and you know, against duos, because it is solo duo at this point. Basically, my partner is eliminated. So like I said, it's fairly simple, and we do get some build fights, but it's just really, when it comes to building, you'll notice that it's not about building a lot. It's not about building. You don't even have to be the fastest builder, because for the longest, I wasn't the fastest builder. It's really, when you build, it's really just timing your quick build at the right time and catching your opponent off guard. It doesn't matter who's the fastest builder. A lot of people build and they might build fast, but they're just racing for high ground. There's no point in having high ground if you don't know how to use that high ground and you don't catch your opponent off guard, because they're just going to build and you're not going to be able to get your shot off on them. The only reason you should be building is to get yourself in a better position to shoot at an enemy. So you see I put that ramp up there immediately. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take, well, here's what happens here, right? So in this video, because see in this video, I'm not only going to show you guys how to build, but how to, you know, have map awareness, because it's not just about building. We're not doing 1v1 build fights here. We're actually trying to learn how to use the builds effectively in a public match. So I'm not going to shoot at these guys yet, because if you look at my health, I have 50 shield, I have 150 HP. I see that there's two guys in here. I know this is solo duos, and I know there's only 39 people left. That storm's closing in, so there could be people landing on me any minute. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop. I'm going to grab this shield right here, as you guys see. And now I'm going to get myself in a better position for this next gunfight. So like I said, there will be a lot more aggressive plays in this video. We'll be showing you guys an example of using the cloak propeller and everything as well. So I'm glad that these fights happened the way they did, so I can talk you guys through it. Starting from kind of the basics, then we'll start moving forward. So I see this guy loading. I'm going to try to land. I see he's looking for me. You see he's looking up in the sky. So I know he's aware of me and he's looking for me. So I'm going to land kind of far away just in case, because I know if I land on top of that guy, he's going to hit his quick builds and he might have a rocket. He could kill me easily. He could build over me. I could get stuck. So I'm going to put myself in a good position. Okay. He doesn't see me yet. I'm going to try and land some shots. I only land one there. He's building up. I see he's building up towards me. So what I do first is I build these walls in front of me in case he starts firing. But usually in that situation, someone's gonna have a rocket. So what I do is I get down, I build all that stuff in front of me so he can't jump up and then fire that rocket and have that rocket land behind me and blow me up. So the position he's in, he would not be able to land that rocket on me. It's going to hit those walls in front of him. So it's really, like I said, not about building a lot. It's about building effectively and building smart. So like I said, the right side, you see I'm jumping to the right here. That's so I can peek, find out where he is before I make any decisions. So I'm going to fire that rocket to weaken up his builds and knock him down, because I know he wasn't up there. He wasn't held up by much. So I went ahead and made sure I shot that rocket at the right spot to knock him down. Now that he's knocked down, I can build up and I can take control of the fight while he's falling. So I see while he was falling, if you guys notice, he was throwing nades. So I'm going to start building up and getting away from this area, because the nades will start to blow these ramps up once I get up there. So when you're pushing people, the best way to push people is to always, put a floor over their walls, and you can basically continue to advance towards them, especially if they're S-keying and just walking backwards and putting up walls. You can easily just ramp up and then just start building over those walls with your floors. And while they're moving back like that, they won't be able to shoot you because your floor does protrude in front of you. You'll be able to see them, but they won't be able to shoot at you, so they won't have a line of sight. Everything is in your control at this position. You can easily RPG them from this position, especially when you're up above them like this, because the RPG will go right behind them and actually blow them up, most likely. So he does hit his quick build, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ramp up there. I hit my quick build and actually fell for some reason. As you guys seen in the video, my floors weren't placing, but that's okay. So when it comes to being a good builder, once again, it's about building smart, not just trying to race up for high ground. So I see that I would be at a huge disadvantage, especially because I don't know this guy's entire loadout. Huge disadvantage trying to build up to him. I'm not going to try and waste a quick build and get up there. I'm just going to be smart. I know that what I can do is knock down this one pink ramp right here, and everything will come down. So I'll go ahead and let you guys watch how I play this out. Remember to watch your footstep indicator, and make sure that he's not jumping down on you and he doesn't end up behind me. So I build those just in case he did jump down. And then another thing you guys can do is, as you can see here, I put a floor over myself. This is actually what you want to do, because I don't know if the position he's in, if he were to start, if you used an RPG from that position, I would take splash damage from that, and if I was in a bad position, it might actually blow me up. So what I do is I put that floor up above my head there, and you try to put it 2 stories up. That way the rocket isn't as close to the ground and can't harm you as easily. So this is what you always do when someone's gonna rocket spam you. Put floors above yourself, and you try to get not just one square but multiple squares, because even if you have one square right over your head, if they fire that rocket and it goes behind the floor and lands behind you, it will still blow you up. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and get away from that. As you've seen, I was getting ready to place more floors, but I realized I was under his builds in this situation, so I didn't need to place any more floors, you see. So I was going to, as you see over here, I was gonna place floors over there. Normally you'd place floors over there, but because I know that I was far enough under his builds, I wouldn't need to worry about over there, because it wouldn't actually blow him up. It would only shoot himself. He would only shoot himself down, so that's fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back here where it was nice and safe, knock his builds down. So he's going to co-propel it. I see he's starting to try to build up. So now I'm going to go ahead and ramp over his floor. See, like I was telling you guys earlier, he's building up. I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to go ahead and try and fire some shots. Once I see he's facing me, I hit my quick build and then I kill him. Like I said, guys, it's not about building super fast or anything. It's just about timing your shots well and timing your quick builds at the perfect time. So here it is. He's doing that. So what I'm going to do first, right, in this situation, when you're ramping up to somebody like that, you know that they're always going to be ramping up and building up that way. So what I usually do, I'll see what kind of player they are, and I'll run up here. Now this is more of an advanced technique, but a lot of people, if they're racing for high ground, most players do this. You see what he's doing. He's not really looking for me. He's just trying to get high ground. So because he's just trying to get high ground, he thinks me and him are going to race. Maybe I'm going to, run past him and start doing my 90s and race for high ground. We'd have this huge tower at the end. But like I said, when you're building, build fighting someone, it's not about who has high ground. It's who has the better position, actually land shots. The only reason you should be building against somebody is to land your shots. Get yourself into a good position to kill your opponent. So I'm going to go and I'm going to try and take the shotgun shot. I do miss. So I see that he's not facing me yet. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can fire another shot and land. I do miss again. So now it's time to continue building. And what I do is I see that he started to ramp up. He's going to try to ramp over me. I hit my quick build, and then I do end up landing that shot. So because of that, I took him by surprise. He was not expecting me to pop up right in front of me. In front of him like that. He was, expecting me to be down there beneath him, and then he was going to use his flamethrower. So I believe the most important thing about building is positioning and timing your quick builds right, because usually the way I win build fights is I wait for the perfect time to use my quick build and take them by surprise. So we'll play that one more time right before he builds over me. And then what you need to do is you'll notice that before I hit my quick builds, what you want to do is make sure that the opponent is not built over you when you use your quick build, because it won't work, right? So I see he did place his floor over me. Okay, he didn't put 2 floors though. What he should have done was put 2 floors, but he was expecting to have enough time to drop down, and that's exactly why he was caught off guard, because he was thinking I'd be right down here, so he was going to drop down with his flamethrower and he would have cooked me right here. But what I did was I got right underneath from his floor and I hit my quick build. So you'll see I back up here, boom, I back up, then I hit my quick build, and then I'm right in front of him. He's like, oh, hello, you know. So we'll play it one more time, and I'll let you guys just watch the entire fight. Wait, let's actually start it from the beginning. Alright. We'll have a lot more examples in this video, trust me, which you guys will see in a minute. Boom, there was a grenade. You can hear all the rest of the grenades there. I fall, that's okay. I'm not going to try and get high ground there, it's really pointless. He has so many opportunities to shoot me on the way up. Making sure he's not dropping down on me. I'm looking around, I see the footstep indicators getting close, start building over myself. Okay, I see he's not coming down yet. Let's go ahead and shoot that down real quick. I'm going to fire a shot while he's coming down, do a little bit of damage to him. Start building up before he starts building up. Made sure my rocket was ready. There's a quick build. He's right there. GG. Okay. So now, let's see. Where do we have the next example? I do show you guys a coke propeller in this video, so I'm going to go ahead and find that one as well. Let's see. Was I firing at someone? I know it's coming up soon. Yeah, there we go. There's a duo right there. So I see this duo right here. Once again, I'm making sure I'm pretty far away from this so my parachute indicator doesn't go off. I'm going to get some free shots here. I do try to snipe. I miss. That's fine. Missing all my shots. That's also fine. And then in situations like this, you always want to make sure that, you know, you look around. You see I turned around there. Turned around because I see shot indicators, and I want to make sure that I'm not getting third party, because me and these guys are not the only ones on the battlefield. And you see that circle, it's getting smaller. So what I do here, guys, right? I'll just let this play out. What I do here, okay, is we're gonna go back. So you don't want to stay in one spot too long. You see this circle? So I know this doesn't have much to do with building, but I want to tell you guys exactly how to use these, you know, build fights, be in build fights and actually build effectively in situation real matches, you know, because these are not 1v1 build fights. So we're going through everything that you guys would need to know in order to actually be able to defend yourself. You know, it's not all about just building everywhere. You want to conserve your math and stuff like that. So I see the circle. All right, situational awareness. I build around myself, but I don't want to stay here too long, especially I'm by myself. It's solo duo. So I'm gonna take. I notice these guys back here. I see the way they're playing. They're peeking, and they both seem to be up here on the top 2 ramps. And there's nothing beneath their builds, right? They have nothing here. There's nothing connected to the whole thing. So I'm gonna fire that rocket. Try and make sure that rocket lands on that ramp and get them to drop down. And then this is exactly what I do here. Playing aggressively, you know, rushing people. That's when that coke propeller comes in handy. Anytime that you know your opponent is in trouble or trying to run, or you know they're not ready for you to push them. You know, if they're playing kind of passively like these guys were, you know, the 2 of them, they should have been pushing towards me, but I seen that they weren't. So I decided to be more aggressive and go for a quick kill, throw his partner off guard, get his partner panicking, and then I'd be able to have the fight in my control. So I'm going to fire that rocket. Immediately I hit the quick build, because I know if they're on that ramp there, they're going to come down. And if they're not on that ramp, if they did start going backwards, I'd still be okay, because what I'd do is with this coke propeller, I would stop in front of their builds, and then I'd be able to build over them before they had a chance to react. So, but that rocket, as you guys see, does actually take those ramps down. So we'll go ahead and play this out. I get the stun there. There's a shotgun. And then immediately I build in front of myself. So we're going to go back here. what we're not gonna do is, you know, a lot of people in this situation would probably get the knock on the partner and then immediately try to double pump the other guy, right? You don't want to do that. Anytime you're using a shotgun, you never want to leave yourself exposed, you know, because you're just going to take unnecessary damage. You could get one pumped yourself. You just never know what's going to happen. You can get blown up. You should always build after you do something. So I missed that shot, wasn't good, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take another shot. I do land that shot. He goes down, and immediately you see I build these walls in front of myself, okay? And I build a ramp there. See, so because you see he's firing at me with the Uzi, he could have started to melt me with that Uzi, but because I built, fire was in my control. So I go ahead, I land my shot to do a little bit of damage. I hit my quick build. Now I have high ground. You see, I didn't really need to build. I didn't need to do 90s or anything. Just a nicely timed quick build. And what you don't want to do is spam your quick builds. You only need to be, you know, a couple levels or one level above your opponent. You don't need to be like way in the sky. A lot of people in this situation would have, you know, hit their quick build 3 times, be like 12 stories up. It's pointless. It's pointless because if you're 12 stories up, you're way too high to really see the person. All you have to do, honestly, is just stand under your build like you guys seen me do earlier. And this guy could have easily stood under my quick builds, used this Destructor, and destroyed the 2 pieces of walls holding up my whole, you know, 12-story high quick build, and I would have came crashing down. So I'm gonna go ahead, look for this guy. I'm placing floors over the areas where I don't want him to come out. I want him to come out in front of me, and I want him to be on my right side so I can easily land shots. So that's exactly why I placed these floors here. I didn't know exactly where he was, so I'll show you guys again. And I'm gonna put the floors over there because I don't want him to come out from that side. So he's right there. Place a floor over myself. Try to land that pump shot, but I don't. I drop down behind him. For some reason, these were missing because he was a little bit close. Now, playing smart, guys, I'm not going to sit there in a pump battle. As soon as I see him pull out the shotgun, he's close enough he can one-pump me. So I hit the coke propeller. It could have hit him, but that really wasn't the objective. The objective was to get myself into a better position. I'm not going to run too far away because when you're on a coke propeller, you're an easy target. He knows that he can easily start lasering me with an AR. So I immediately turn around here. I get off it, turn around, place that floor there because I didn't know exactly what he was doing. And I wanted to make sure that I was in a good position. Once I seen he was running towards me, which he was doing because I did have my coke propeller out, he you know, he's getting ready to start firing at me or whatever. I turn around and I do land that pump shot. So we'll play it again, this time with no interruptions. And you guys can see exactly how it plays out. Before I push these guys, you know, I'm making sure I'm reloaded, making sure that I know if no one's, you know, make sure no one's behind me. Once I land that shot, I know they're in trouble. So there we go. Now we're being aggressive. Boom. Build. Shot. Oh, and what I did here too, the reason why he couldn't do what he wanted, I didn't point this out, but I see he's getting ready to run over me. So what I do, right, is I place, you can place walls straight through floors or ramps. So what I do is I place two walls so he can't actually run up his ramp here. So you'll see here, there's the 2 ramps, the 2 walls. That's exactly what stopped him because he would have ran up this ramp and would have had high ground. From that high ground, that would be a bad situation because he could have floored over me and then fired an RPG down, which could have actually killed me. Yeah, he wasn't expecting me to stop on my coke propeller when I did. So that's exactly, you know, what you want to do is catch your opponents off guard. Don't do what they expect you to do. Try and do something different and be fast, and then they won't have time to react to it. So I do believe we have one more example here for you guys. Let's see, where's that? Yeah, so we're gonna push another situation here. I'm just getting ready to launch. Yeah, so here we go again. Now we're playing aggressive. This is how you push people. I know these guys are fighting over here. I see that guy in his 1x, and I see somebody shooting at him. Make sure you know where all your opponents are. First of all, that's the one thing that you want to do in situations. You see I put that ramp in front of me, and I'm using my right side like I said. Easy sniped there. I had that ramp in front of me, not the ramp, but the wall in front of myself, and then I used that right side to my advantage. So I build those walls there immediately because I don't know what he's doing. Anytime you see somebody standing out in the open, you want to make sure that they're not sniping. And then there's the coke propeller push. You know, like I said, that coke propeller always catch people off guard. And you see I used the terrain to my advantage, all the hills and everything around me, I went ahead and made sure I was covered up with that. So here we go, coke propeller again, because I did land that snipe on that guy, so they weren't expecting me to be right there, and they weren't prepared for it. There's the quick builds, gave me high ground. I was able to one pump him, and then good positioning, like I said. No reason to be any higher than your opponent. You just want to make yourself in a good position to to land a shot. So I'll play that one more time. This is a very good example of everything that I told you guys so far. I'll just play the whole thing out. So basically everything that I told you guys through this video, you'll be able to see in this encounter here. And that'll be the end of the video, guys. I hope these tips did help you guys out. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions for another video, let me know in the comments section below. So we'll go ahead and play this out, and we'll go ahead and call it a wrap with this video. I love the perfect in the background. Oh, and keep in mind too, guys, right before I push this guy, right, you'll see footstep indicators right here. You see those footstep indicators. I noticed that, but I knew they were under the builds or something like that, and it was a little bit risky to push this guy, but I didn't want to have myself in a pinch, which is exactly why I just went ahead and took a chance and went over and pushed this one guy and tried to get him out of the picture. That way I would be in a better position, because he does have a hill there. If these guys did start firing at me, I could have taken the coke propeller and went around the hill there, and I'd be out of their line of sight, and I'd still have the 1v1 with this guy. So I did notice these footstep indicators, but I didn't want to turn around and end up getting third party by him and the people that were inside of this build hiding at the bottom. See, I'm using the terrain for cover. He doesn't see me coming. Now he sees me coming. No time to react. Bang. Him and his partner get balloons for that. So I know these guys were hiding. Now I'm going back here to figure out where they were. I see them in there. Boom, I use the hill for cover. I jump and land that snipe. I push him because I know that guy's weak. He's got 1 HP. I come down with the rocket. Boom. That's going to do some damage. I seen him jump. He had a shotgun. I'm going to build right away so he doesn't one-pump me. There's a quick build. Catch him off guard while he's building up. Now I'm making sure I'm in a good position. Okay. I made sure that my character was like facing the right side, and I was lining myself up with his ramps and seeing he was just going to build for high ground. So I'm just going to go and take shots at him while his back is exposed. He wasn't really paying attention. So this fight here, I don't die, but I do end up getting flamethrowered a little bit after this. So there's really nothing else to see in this video. But everything I did want to show you guys, I was able to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video off with that, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy that video. Like I said, I hope I explained everything well. If not, let me know in the comment section below. I can show you guys, give you guys some tips on 1v1 build fights, but it's literally just like the same concept, just making sure that you just want to make sure that you always have the advantage when it comes to positioning. It's all about positioning and catching your opponent off guard. You don't need to try and do any crazy like 90s or anything like that. It's just making sure that you're always your body's always covered and you know what's going on, and put the fight in your control. Use that right side advantage and you'll be good to go. So that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on the video. Make sure you do subscribe. We have lots of tips on the channel, guys. I do have a playlist, so you can go to my channel and then go to I believe the place is called Pro Tips. You'll see it at the bottom wherever it does show up on the channel. You'll see it there, and you can click on that, and all my tip videos will be in there. I will have some more tip videos coming out for you guys. All kinds of stuff. How to play with the shotgun in a match. Just all kinds of different stuff I have coming out. Situational awareness. Basically everything that I can cover, I will cover in the videos the best way I can. So yeah, peace out, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you guys have a fantastic day. See you in the next video.